Ah, I did it. I freaking did it. I freaking did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I can't believe I did it. Um, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say for real. It, dude, this doesn't even feel real. This doesn't even feel real. I can request a maximum of $850 right now. Um, I had this request available like 2 days ago. Um, I'm reaching for a bigger goal right now. I'm trading a 50K account. I want to get to 53,000 so I can have a proper buffer after a payout because it's gonna move to 50,100. But I kind of want to just talk about how like my I guess my journey here and what what I did different in the short few months that I was doing this to see actual progress and not just luck. Because I know a lot of people get lucky when it comes to this, and I don't think I was lucky. Like I really don't. I really, really don't. So here are my trade zealous stats. Rocking $1,700. This is not up to date because it's like I guess it is up to date. Very, very low or lower win percentage. A lot of these though, you'll see that I have like $1 losses, so I kind of wash myself. Like these are trades where um I'm moving to break even. Probably this $35 one was not, but anything that's like $1 to $20 is probably moving me like quickly moving it to break even when I see directional change, and then it just counts as a loss. So I'm a little bit higher. I'm probably like 55%, which I'm totally okay with. Um, on my back testing, it's a little bit of a different story. This is my stats for a little bit more filtered. Oh my gosh, we have lower highs on the time invested. This is a descending triangle. We're about to pop. It's bearish. Anyway, I just want to I guess I'll start with like my story and what brought me to where I am today. So in in 2020, I got the government stimulus for COVID, and I remember I invested $500 into a Robinhood account. It was like 200 to 500, $500 into a Robinhood account. My dad was like, "Oh, I want to show you what I'm doing with investing." At the time, he was trading his retirement account, and he was killing it. So he's like, "I want to show you this. This is investing." And I was like, "Okay, okay." He showed me like some ins and outs of trying to get ahead, like trying to front run some news using the SEC filings, and dude, I blew that account up. Like I freaking blew that crap up. Um, let me actually see if I can grab the. I'll take a screenshot here, but I I had made like 50 something thousand on the account of actual withdrawals. And I had moved over 500K in volume of all that volume and whatever. I moved to crypto. I'll show it later, but I moved to crypto and got like super lucky with meme coins. I mean, I remember I was floating hundreds of thousands of dollars. I made 300K on that Logan Paul Yummy coin off 4K. I made 50K off of another one called SGO. I made 100K off a coin called Safe Galaxy. That was my first one, by the way. I put $200 into Safe Galaxy and cashed out over $100,000. It was freaking nuts. But obviously, I just kept it in my wallet, blah, 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 and I paid myself like $1,000 a week, which was too little, but at least I was paying myself something. I lost all that. It was north of actual $300,000 in actual tangible profits. The highest I ever had in my wallet at one time was 600,000 in crypto. And I lost all that. And I just remember being so depressed, like so depressed, and I didn't want to do anything. I literally wanted to kill myself, and I tried, and whatever. Super long story. But I just, I remember I still looked at charts. I looked at a lot of crypto charts. I was always looking at Bitcoin. I was always looking at stocks, but I never actually like got back into it. But I was always super fascinated with the technical side of trading, like the really, really technical, like the patterns and this and that and all this. And I gave it another shot at meme coins in 2024. I ran up like $200 into 5K, just strictly trading. Like I didn't care about the news of meme coins or like new pairs or things like that because new pairs is really hard. But I was just trading patterns on meme coins because that I think it is the most raw form of emotions you can get on a chart because it's literally you're literally trading nothing but speculation. Whatever you're trading is trash. So I gained so much like I wouldn't say market time in there because it's very different, but definitely definitely market experience. And then last year in August, I started trading. Oh, I had met TJR in 2024, and I was always watching his videos about trading, blah blah all this, and I never gave it a shot. Um, then I gave it a shot, and I started shooting in October, and this is my ninth eval. My ninth eval. I blew the other eight ones since October, so not like a lot of evals, but still like a lot of evals. That's probably like two a month or one and a half a month or something like that. Yeah, 6 months ago, October, 6 months ago. It was like October 24th when I started my first one. October to November, December, January, February, March, April. So it'll be almost 6 months in like a week or two. Um, and I remember my first few evals, I was just trading candlestick patterns, blah, blah. I, I started a live account, 150 bucks on NinjaTrader, got it to 400, cashed out, put 200 back in, got it to 350, cashed out, and I was like, oh, I'll just try prop firms. And I was trading the live account like really rigid, like so rigid, even though I had just very basic market structure knowledge with candlestick patterns and trend lines. That was it. And I would cut losses super fast. And then if I saw strength in one of my trades, I would let it run. Like I remember the account that I got to almost $500, all of that was literally from one trade. I had like one micro running for almost 200 something points. And I was like, oh, this is going to keep going. And then I saw it reverse and I was like, fuck that. I'm taking this and running. So in the live environment, I was doing pretty good. And then I went to the evals and my first one ever, I was 1 day from passing. 1 day from passing. I had $200 left, so I was like, I'm gonna go to minis. I'm gonna up to minis because my friend that I started trading with, shout out to Micah, he trades very aggressive. He's profitable now as well. He's a very, very aggressive trader, like really aggressive. We trade different, way different, very different styles. And I was on micros that whole process. I green every single day for almost 3 weeks. Just aiming for base hits, 200 bucks, 300, 200 bucks, 300. Had like one $400 day, but I was like, bro, fuck all that shit, bro. Slow is fast. Slow is fast. Last day, size up to micro, blew the entire thing. Whole thing gone. And I was like, oh my gosh. And that loss put me in this mindset of, oh, I need to make it all back. I need to make it all back. So I stayed trading minis. And then I was like, oh, what I was doing is wasn't working, and blah, 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 whatever, whatever. And then I was just trying like different indicators and, oh, reversal signal indicator, dot, 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 dot. Not realizing like the name of this game, in my opinion, is not, yes, you need a decent strategy, you need something that works, something that makes sense. Simple, makes sense, and is proven. But it's risk management because probability says there's going to be green streaks, there's going to be red streaks, there's going to be back and forth. And if you have a profitable system, but you're not risking properly, you're not going to be able to experience the profitability. So I learned very quickly after like losing accounts, losing accounts, losing accounts. I was okay, so we're on number 9. Yeah, so I've done 2 evals this year. I'm actually working on a third one right now. Um, but what changed was I remember there was a day last year that I was trading an eval, and I literally I was like convincing myself that I was so disciplined, convincing myself I was so disciplined and that, oh, this is an A plus trade. I had like a little bit of a strategy and I tried to long 4 times because I was like, market structure is so bullish, it's so bullish, blah blah blah. But my issue was I was right, but I was like 10 minutes early and it literally exploded 100 points. I was like, bro, it looks so good. This is a great setup, but I'm not sizing properly. So I lost like $500 4 times in a row. Not even 2 minutes later, it starts sending. And I was like, what the fuck? So I bought another account the same day, tried to go in long again, risking $500. And I was like, I held it. I held it all the way. I literally blew it in less than 10 minutes. And I was like, I felt sick in my stomach. I was like, bro, I'm gambling. What am I doing? What am I doing? This was December, in December. I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, this is not me. Like, I'm a very system focused person. Or I like to think I'm disciplined, but I like structure. I like systems. I like data. That's what I like. Like, that is what I trust math. That's what I do. Um, that's my boy Riley Boulder right there. Funnily enough, that's where I'm going to with this, but I blew that account. So it was 2 accounts in one day. And that was the day that I was like, okay, that's it. Like, this is not a game. I'm seeing all these people make all this money. What are they doing that I'm not doing? Number one, they have a system and they stick to that one system. And I was over here like switching up like 50 a gazillion times. And then I was like, okay, I need a mentor. So I was just on social media, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I want someone who's young, hungry. Like, I don't care. I know, majority of the time when you buy a course online, it's usually with information that's regurgitated and free. But in my head, I'm like, okay, when I tell myself I'm going to do something, how often do I respect myself to do it? And what do I need to do to make sure that I get it done? So I found Riley and I was like, okay, he looks profitable. He's insanely stupid. He makes money and he sells an expensive course or monthly Discord. And I saw like PB trades, I saw like all the typical influencers, and Riley was just one of the first ones. So he was like, "Oh, like I saw a video of him claiming like that he's a Christian and all this." It's like, okay, 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 like this is good, this is good. Oh, this it's too hot in here. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna take this serious, like I need to go all in to force myself to progress faster. I literally, instead of doing the monthly, I dropped $2,000 on his exclusive Discord. That was December 27th of 2025. Joined in, I was like texting him whatever, got me added into the Discord, and like, dude, that literally that was all it took. And I hear these stories of people like they struggle back and forth, oh, losses after losses. Like my friend who I started trading with, he told me how many evals he's blown, how much money he spent. I'm like, holy fuck. And I see all these kids in the Discord, they're like, I've been trading for 2 years, like I just don't understand, like I'm so inconsistent, yada yada yada, all this stuff. And then from the profitable side of traders, I always hear profitable traders talk about like the one moment where it's just like, okay, what am I doing? I've had an like I'm sick of losing. Like like I can't. I don't want to lose. This is stupid and I know what I'm doing is wrong. So let me fix it. Let me find a way to fix it. And that point was when I blew both accounts in one day and people are like, "Oh, like that's not even that much. Like you've only had 8 or 9 evals." That's why I think this is a really like personal journey. And I believe it's because I've lost so much money. I do not like losing. Like I accept losing, but I do not like it. So when I saw myself picking up bad habits, I was like, done, done. Um, Watched the entire course, learned the model. It's like a ICT concept model. It's really really simple stuff. Got my 100 trades back tested. It was like 50 something percent win rate, and then started my first eval in January. And then traded that for like 3 weeks and got fucked. Like literally fucked. Um, it was just like very, really, really back and forth. And then I just had a spurt of losing streaks. And I was trading, or I thought I was trading the model. Like I thought I was being really, really disciplined and all this. So I went back on my data from that and I was like, okay, what are all my losers consisting of? What are my winning trades consisting of? And what am I feeling during these trades? What are market conditions? So I was like, okay, let me go in a deep dive into my data to see what I'm doing wrong. And number one, I found out that I was using SMTs incorrectly, which is literally a key part of Riley's model. So I had to relearn that and I did a lot of practicing, a lot of practicing. I was like, okay, let me just sit down and find SMTs. Which ones are valid? Which ones are stronger? I learned that, oh, an SMT inside of a gap is stronger than an SMT that is just wicking past the previous candle or whatever. Also, an SMT that's at a swing high or swing low, those are even stronger. Um, I got started learning different things and combinations, and it's like you kind of like you can't learn unless you review. So I just reviewed so much. I was like, okay, like I gave it a good shot. I was trying to follow the rules, and I did follow the rules, but I was still losing. So let me go back and see what I was doing wrong. So then March came around, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be the one that like I know what I'm doing. I have the data. I'm at 50 to 60%. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to look for, blah, blah. let me size down. So even though he suggests, oh, you trade with $500, yada yada, I was very, very frugal. I don't like to put a lot of risk on the table for one account. Like for me, I immediately realized like you're not trading 50K, you're trading the drawdown. Like you're paying for the drawdown of the account. So I immediately recognized that when I first started trading these, but I didn't want to admit the fact that I was risking too much. Like I still think $500 of risk on these accounts is too much. I really do think so. Because you're not giving yourself a lot of tries. That's 4 tries, and I've gone on 6 trade losing streaks before I bounce out. Or like you can't survive a 6 trade losing streak unless you have a buffer, so you're gonna blow the account. Um, so I sized down. I was like, okay, 250 per trade until I had like a 1 to 2K buffer, and then this guy named Ethan in the Motion Discord, he's like, bro, like you gotta size the fuck up for evals. And I was like, that was the goal, but once I had a buffer, so I had like $2,000 or no, $1,500, and I needed $1,500 more to pass. So I risked up to $500 and look, just wait. I waited for literally the best shit I could ever wait for. Like I realize like even though the system might be there, that doesn't mean it's a valid place to take the setup. Like just because, oh, we just rejected out of this high time frame thing. We have the hourly 15 and 5 minute, which is my version of the motion model, which works best. Like I see that um I like to stack 3 SMTs and the inversion off of prominent gaps rather than just 2 SMTs because it's just stronger for me. I don't know. Um, so past that, and then the first week in the funded, I was risking 250 a trade, and I lost the first 5 or 6. Let's see how many like losses I took. Yeah, so in here, I kid you not, like this was a break even. This was another break even. I lost 2 trades, 2 trades. I lost one here, and then I won the next one. I literally lost $1,200, $1,300, and I was sitting there. I was like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I stopped. I was like, okay, I only have this amount of tries left, so I need to be really, really frugal. I need to be super frugal. I need to cut risk. I need to do this, and that. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna risk lower for my next trade. If it's a W, then I'll go back to normal risk for the rest of it or whatever. So this day, I've risked $100 and got my get back. So I went back to 250 on this day. Then I took a normal 1 to 2 and won it, and then it was like a 1 to 1 and I took that. Then here I was like, okay, I'm going back to 250. Then I took that, got 2 banger trades. Then this day, Wednesday the 25th, I kid you not, this was the stupidest day ever, ever. I'll show you on the chart where this was. I had the most textbook trade I had ever seen in my whole life. It was insane. It was insane. This was the first Trump God candle. I believe it's somewhere here. So I'm going to go to the hourly to find it. Yeah, right here. In this whole setup, I was like, this push doesn't seem that great. Like, it doesn't seem that great. So, when was I trading? Oh yeah. So we were trading like right here. I had the most brutal setup ever. It was a, a daily SMT, and these are all separate from each other. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hours, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, and this shit was like the 15 minute rejected off an hourly gap, and then the 5 minute SMT rejected off a 15 minute gap. The most perfect trade ever. Like it just died. It died from there. It died. Absolutely died. And I was trading with one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, bro, we're so long right now. I don't even know how you have a sell side idea." I let go of my sell side idea. I tried to long 2 times, lost both times. Didn't trade the setup. It hit take profit, and then the next day, I literally tried to take longs again because I'm still listening to my friend. He's like, "Bro, we're so long," and I was like, I'm seeing all this shit. I'm like, okay, structure this, structure that. I'm like, I think we're hunting lower liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. And I got fucking washed, bro. I was just so hard stuck. I wasn't listening to me. Wasn't listening to me. So then I was like, hell nah. And this is where I literally erased all the profit that I had just made because I wasn't listening to myself. So I was like, I stopped trading for the day, and because $500, if I lose $500 in a day, I'm like, nah, bro, that's not gonna be me, bro. Um, and I literally just sat there on my bed. I was like, okay, what? Oh, I just broke my pen. Oops, whatever. What is wrong with me that I'm not able to trust myself? Like I have the stats, I have the 100 trades, I have everything I need. I did the 100 trades on the FX replay. I have everything I need. So what is holding me back? Like what am I scared of? And I realize I'm sizing too much. Like 250 risk is not a lot, but it still makes me personally, it still makes me hesitate. It still makes me be like, it makes me second guess. So I was like, I need to find the perfect size to trade. And that's when I dropped down. So I was like, okay, I can only trade $100 risk max until I get out of this drawdown or back into the positive, back into the 50Ks. So I was like, $100 risk here, probably got whatever. It's $20 off, so I probably lost a trade for 20 bucks. Here, probably a $50 trade if it's 120. Here, risk 100, lost 100. And then we moved to April. And then this is where I was like, okay, I see that this works. I'm more comfortable with my setups. So let me just make sure that I'm consistent. Let me just make sure that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to. And then I went back to back testing. And I was like, I can refine this to be better. Or, not that it can be better, but I don't have to take every single trade that is in my face because quality is more important than just shooting shots. Like this backtest session with 79% win rate over 32 trades. That's not a large sample size. But regardless, even if the win rate was fucking 60%, like it doesn't matter. What was I doing differently here? Here, I was waiting for large time frame gaps to get filled into. So if we're super bullish and we start retracing into a 4 hour gap, I would wait. I don't give a flying crap if it's coming in and I see a sell setup, I don't care because I want the long setup that I believe has a higher probability, or vice versa. And it was just banging, bro. Like, oh my gosh. Let me session results. It was just crazy. I was like, okay, yeah, something ridiculous. It was so stupid. All these trades were like gaps inside of gaps inside of gaps with clean inversions. Clean. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, a 1 minute that has a 3 point gap and it takes 10 minutes to reverse out of. I'm not taking that. I'm talking about a 1 minute candle that exploded, had one doji, and then came right back down. Like, that's some shit I'm taking either way. So it's like, okay, quality over quantity. And that's what gave me the confidence to start executing more. So here on Wednesday, I was risking $150. Every single one of these trades, by the way, is risking $150. Um, this Wednesday, the first of the month, was risking 150. Saw structure shift, so I cut before it could play out. So I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. Thursday, so like, okay. A trade was moving with a lot of strength towards my take profit. Like, once it passed the 1-to-1, it was literally popping. So I very quickly moved the stop loss, because I realized like my stop loss wasn't even at a liquidity point. It was just in the fucking air. It wasn't even at an important place. So I very quickly put it to a swing high. I believe that was longs, and grabbed a couple extra points. Got break even here. Didn't see anything else. Here got a good trade. Here, this was another crazy day. Same thing, 150 risk. Then the trade literally just started freaking dumping, like absolutely dumping. And this is me taking the time, like, okay, I'm not gonna take trash. I'm gonna take absolute quality, something that I see, and I'm not like, oh, should I take that? Should I take that? Because if I ask myself that, then that means no, I shouldn't take it. So that banged out, and then yesterday, yesterday was so dumb. This is an error. This is like me being not patient. This $200 loss right here. This is two trades. Yeah, this is two trades. One was like a $60 trade, then the other one was 150, something like that. But I know the first one was 150. And I was waiting for shorts at market open. It was this right here. At market open, oh crap. What the heck? The ninth. Okay. Yeah, so in this range right here, we had really good short setups, like super good. But I have a rule that I do not enter on a 30-second inversion, especially when the inversion is a like 1,000 points big. Like, this 30-second inversion literally was like 20 points. And then the SMT, which I want to be relative to my stop, meaning like I run a 25 fixed point stop. So I want to find a gap that when I enter off the inverse, the stop loss is around the SMT high, and it's around 20 to 25 points. That is the best entry for me. I don't care about a gap that gets filled earlier. I don't care. I don't give a crap about it. I want the one that's 20-ish points away from the stop. That gives me a higher probability, and I've seen it and I tested it. And I didn't wait. And I took the trade. Not even 2 minutes later, I I get what I want. 5 minute taps in. Let me see if I can see it here. Why is this so big? Yeah, so it was this. It was this. Was it? It was something here. I want to make sure that I can show it. Oh, this was what it was. So I entered here and I was like trying to get short here. So maybe not 5 or 2 minutes later. I'm exaggerating. So it was 10 minutes later. Um, so I entered off of some inversion here and then I got fucked. Couple minutes later, this happens. This is a cleaner inversion to me. Like 77, it's a 5 point gap, so it's not like tiny. I usually aim from 5 to 9. That's like really good. Really, really good. 5 to 9, got inverse. I took this trade on my eval because I was like, fuck, this is so good. And we had just swept this liquidity and then it was rejecting out of this gap. I think this is a 5 minute gap. Even though it shows 1 minute, blah blah blah, whatever. So S&P there, and then we had externals and stuff, and then I banged that trade on the eval, and then I literally took a second trade on the eval and wrote it down after another inversion. I think it was this one. This one happened really fast. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, so this one happened, entered there, and then wrote it down as well. I'm working on a second account right now, and I was like, man, I have no hesitation on the eval. But on the eval, dude, I'll sometimes be taking wash stats trades. So it's like I just need to be more consistent because I have proof that trusting my system and waiting for the best is how I progress the fastest. That's how I progress the fastest. Not chasing trades, waiting for them to come to me, or waiting for a trade that's like, oh, dude, that's a good trade. That's good. Ooh, it rejected here. Ooh, we got this inversion. Ooh, we have this S&T. Ooh, we're at the top of the range and this short setup's here. Ooh, we're at the bottom of the range inside this hourly order block. Oh, and it's having the A setup here or B setup or A plus, whatever. So it's like, man. So I'm hoping that I can just stay consistent and patient, and one thing that helps is really just when you journal a trade, what I like to do is go back. Like I like to record myself trading because Riley calls us to do that. He's called us to do it a couple times. I like to go back, see my emotions, see my reaction. Also write down market conditions and what I want to happen. When I do that, that's some of the best trades that I take. When I'm like, okay, this is my market assessment. For longs, I want X, Y, and Z to happen to come in this range for this, and this SMT gap, blah, 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 inversion. And if it happens, I take it because I'm planning ahead. I'm like, okay, planning ahead, boom, got it. Um, Same thing with short side. And then it's also about being like adaptable, adaptable, being aware of which targets are good. But if there's like a decent trade that the market gave me, I'm not probably not going to take it. Um, but yeah, man, I'm like really really excited. All this to say is I think losing all that money years ago really really pushed me to be disciplined faster. Be disciplined faster because I see all these people. I see all these people making the same mistakes. And I know it's hard. Like I still when I rushed that trade on the 30-second, knowing I shouldn't have, I rushed it because I saw, oh my gosh, oh, the strength of blah blah blah. Like, and then it didn't play out because it wasn't a good setup. It wasn't what I would usually wait for. Like, execution is everything, but sizing is more everything because you're gonna make mistakes. You absolutely are. And I don't think I'm ever gonna move from 3 micros, like ever, ever, ever. 3 micros is freaking perfect. Freaking perfect, bro. $300 a day. If I win 50% of the time out of the month, take 10 winning trades, my losers don't matter, so that's $1,500. I'm happy with that. On a 50K account, I'm fucking happy with that. That's 3%. Bro, what person is making that much money on their retirement account or investment account? Like, no one. Only professionals are. So if I want to be that professional level, I need to have base hits first. I see it all the time. I listen to a lot of professionals who talk about risk, who talk about um, base hits, small wins. Don't aim for the fences when you're first starting. Because if you hit a big win, then it's oh my gosh, dude, I'm him. I'm literally him. I could never lose the account, and then you lose the fucking account, and you're like, fuck, dude, trading's a scam, blah blah blah. And the only scam about trading is the fact that I don't think anyone tells you, like no one makes it clear enough how much you're gonna fight yourself. Like you are gonna fight yourself every single day. Every single day. You're gonna want to chase a trade, you're gonna want to FOMO, you're gonna want to revenge trade. Like people who are like, oh, I can trade emotionless. I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that unless you've been trading for years and years and years. Like if you're just starting, bro, when I go into a trade, like I still get fucking scared. So I just get off. I just turn it off. The second I take it, I just turn it off. Or if I'm like, if I'm taking it in a risky pocket, then I'll sit there and trade manage to move the trade to break even. Oh my gosh, I got so many break even trades. I had 4 last week. But it's like it's almost better to just take the trade and walk away because you're not gonna do anything stupid. Um, but yeah, man, that's all it takes. $845 already paid. If I take this, already paid for all the evals I've ever bought. Still got a couple more payouts to pay for the motion model camp, but hey, it's worth it, bro. Lock in to what makes you comfortable, what style of trading you're most comfortable with, what conditions favor your strategy, and then just start executing. And remember, it's really quality over quantity. It really, really is. It's like it has to be the most important thing. But dang, bro, I've been yapping for 43 minutes. Ain't nobody listening to this. I'm gonna upload it anyway, bro. Glory to God, bro. Glory to God. Anyway, let's see. We out.